living in a society where you don't own anything. You know what's interesting about family? I just spoke to a comedian who went on a world tour. He was in India, and he was talking about how poor people in India don't live on the street; they live in slums. Which it's better. It's better to live in slums than the street, because a lot of poor people are with their families, and they won't cast their family out. Family in America almost means like nothing. Like we've everything's such an individual pursuit that family means nothing. And like that's reinforced. Like I am in an argument with my father. His wife has different political views on certain things. So we haven't spoken in a little bit. My cousin's getting married. And I have a therapist now that I've had for 6 months who I don't know if it's good or I don't know if you ever know if a therapist is good or not. And I told my therapist, you know, my dad and his wife are going to be there, and I haven't spoken to them, but I love my cousin and I want to support her marriage. I want to go. And my therapist goes, well, you don't have to go. So my therapist goes, if you feel like it's going to make you happy, go. So therapy in our country has become a way to kind of enable like sick people to just become selfish psychopaths. And family in America means almost nothing. And it is reinforced how little family means because, like, doctors will tell you, yeah, fuck it, it's your father, who cares? So it's basically a thing where, like, I think when you go to these other countries and you realize how deeply rooted a lot of things are in family and culture and tradition, and then we come from a country where, like, almost very little is. I'm not saying people don't have great families here, but, like, you know, America is about you. And it's not about, if you don't agree with your sister, fuck her. If your mother disagrees with you, block her. That's our country. And in other countries, that's unheard of. Like, that's unheard of. Like, it doesn't happen. And, you know, the comedian was explaining to me, like, in India, there's like a lot less of a drug problem in certain areas, and he was wondering why. And he goes, well, people don't want to do drugs to, like, disgrace their family, even poor people. Even poor people will be like, I don't want to be a drug addict because my family's going to think bad about that. Whereas here, there's people that'll shoot up in front of their parents. You know what I mean? Like, so it's just a different, culturally we've gotten to this point where people are having less children. Family means very little. So then what has replaced that? It's clearly the state and corporations.
And
ideology. So they've replaced families and communities.
Well, the ideology is your community because you're online most of the time.
Yes.
And a giant percentage of the interactions you have with people are on social media.